All right, everybody's lining up here. So we'll get started here. Vern, you got some questions. Let's go for it.
The one off the top of my head, because I totally drew a blank when you hit the recording button. Um, hey, what's the best way that you send your Maryland listing representation agreements out since it's like 30 pages long?
Out to have them
The
sign it.
clients. Yeah, because are you using it as like a check sheet in like your appointments or?
I'm not sure what you, I mean, I just use Lone Wolf.
Yeah, I did too, but like it's like sending out a doctor's like intake form because
Hmm.
there's so many questions on there that either require initials for disclosure or like a yes, no, or not applicable thing. Is
Yeah,
that
I just send that out there.
okay?
Yeah, and some of them, I think G-Car, they have some that the seller must fill it out. We can't fill it out for them.
Okay.
So it's just, I just use that. And Maryland, there's usually a Zoom call, definitely, because it's just so much paperwork.
Yeah, that's all I was like. I was just trying to because it's very different from Envar. It's a
Yeah,
few pages and it's done. And then
yeah,
you send a book to the client for Maryland.
yeah.
So
People
okay.
in I don't know. Yeah, I think Messina's Maryland, Sharonda's Maryland. Um, Maryland is like the land of addenda.
Yeah,
Even the lockbox has to have its own addendum.
right.
So on the listing, good thing about it is like half your contract's already written for you as
Yeah.
far as the buyer agent's concerned. All
The
right.
other question I didn't have an answer for was so the scenario is the listing in Charles County that I'm going to be putting up is owned underneath one person.
Hmm.
Even though it's like a husband and wife, the title is just one, it's the wife.
Yeah.
Now, they're buying in Virginia, and the buy side in Virginia is husband and wife.
Yeah.
They were asking me about when they sell in Maryland, because technically it's the wife's primary residence, and she was a first time home buyer in Maryland when she bought it. How does that work when it comes to like all the crazy taxes when you exit Maryland?
Well, exiting Maryland, she's still going to have the same percentage on the house regardless of her marital status. So
Okay.
that, the transfer taxes and all that.
Right.
So how much is the price?
549.
So roughly 2,500 or $3,000.
Okay.
And if you have a first time buyer, part of those taxes are halved, but then the seller pays it all. It's a total like you at least 0.75% and possibly 1% if the buyer is not a first time buyer.
Okay.
So, and then they split it. That's usually how it's done. Her capital gains, my understanding of that is um, it's about, I looked at this a little bit deeper, and Scott, maybe you can chime in on this. The capital gains, it says married filing together or single. Does that second married person have to be on the deed to be able to claim the 500,000? Or is it you file taxes together and you're together, so you both get the 250 each? Or is that one person owner limits the tax? Just so y'all know, capital gains in real estate, you got 250 if you're single, 500 if you're married. That's how it's quoted. It doesn't say anything about the fact that, oh, you're a half owner versus a double owner. But your primary residence, that's how it goes. So if you're married, but the husband's not on the title, have them check with the accountant on that. My understanding is that because they're married, filing together, they still get a 500,000 of free gain. Now, how long they have the property?
21.
20,
So
2021?
yeah, so 5 years.
Yeah, probably not even worried about it. I doubt her gain is going to be over 250,000.
Right.
So
No.
be fine on that.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna share my other screen over here and talk about marketing. Y'all see my annual marketing plan there? That's blank. Yeah, okay. So I'm pretty simple on this. This is the blank one I sent out to y'all, and if you click it and you have Word, it's going to open up Word. If you don't have Word, it'll open it up in if you're doing it in Google, it'll open it up as a Google Doc. This is my Word document that I opened up in Google, and it let me open it, so I can still edit this and all that good stuff. Um, this is that form filled out. Um, I've already gotten through the first year, so I just cleared it out and was just showing what's coming up. So, in August, I got my cap item. I still need to get out there, but I'll get that finished. And I've been doing a lot of listing appointments, so I have a spreadsheet that I do that's called Getting Your Home Ready to Sell, and I'm going to send that out in my cap item and say, hey, what's it really look like to prep your home, and how to do that without losing your mind. And so I'll do a topic on that, do the video as well. Before I go much further on this, anyone else have something like this, or how do you work your marketing plan? Do you just, yeah, I know I'm going to do this, and do you write it down? Is it written down in your brain, or what do you got? Whiteboard?
Yeah. Mine's written down. But I kind of use it as like a foundation, and then
Hmm.
as things come along, I kind of will fill in gaps.
Yeah,
But like there's like a bare minimum for me, and then everything else is like, oh yeah, like I need to get this out because that's some good information, or
right.
maybe I'm doing something wild and crazy, and I feel like everybody should get a good laugh. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got my cap item. That's August. September, I order my calendars in September, October. I don't think I have a calendar. It's just I use the big ones. They're about like that. They're about $1 a piece. I went with quotes this last year, and as soon as I got them, I thought that was a mistake. And people said, "Yeah, I like those recipes better." So anyway, so I got a calendar. I like it because it's got a magnet on it. It hangs out on the fridge all year long. People ask me about it. And it's got space to put little things on it. It strips off, and the last page has a kitchen calculator thing, or how many tablespoons per quarter cup, that kind of thing. But I order that in September so that I can get it out in November. And so that's what I do there. All right, cool. I see what Vern's got there. What is this, Vern? You just popped in the
so that's my weekly schedule. The
Oh,
the
okay.
part the part that like I don't have like cap on them just written down because I know when I'm gonna do those every single month. It hasn't changed in the last like 7 years.
Yeah.
And I'm about to go do pop buys because my Real Dash is no longer here. Real Dash took off for University of Alabama.
Real Dash. What is Real Dash?
So Real Dash was Zach and Melinda's son. He had his own LLC, his own business.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, he would deliver my pop buys for me.
Cool. That's nice. That's a big help. And that's part of it, is like, when am I going to do this? That's why, honestly, I don't do pop buys. That's why you sit down and have notes, calls, coffee. That's what I do. I have a coffee, a tea. I had a meeting yesterday. I had tea. I didn't have coffee. But in September, I will be ordering my calendars. I get them from Magnets USA, which is located in Virginia. And you need to order it about now, September, October, if you want it by the end of the year. Um, During 2020, they came in February, almost March. I wound up not sending them out because it was so late. But now, if you do September, you'll get them, be a couple of big boxes. I think their minimum order is 100. I do 200 and send all those out. My then October, I'm having a vendor business mixer like we did back in February. But I'm promoting that in September. And I'll promote that to my database and to my vendor list and to realtors. So if you guys want to join in on this one, I just what I did last time is we just had some cannolis and coffee because the Olympics were launching. I don't know what's going on in October, but we'll do something Octobery. And I just brought them all into the office, and we had the coffee machine there, and then I had the our lender partner pay for the cannolis, so I'll have them give some sort of thing there. We meet about 4 o'clock, either 10 or 4. I'll see what that works out being. If you guys got some ideas for October, that'd be great. But that's just to get my vendors in, and it was pretty good. It was very successful. We had about 25 of us there, and I think about 4 agents participated. And honestly, there was no cost because it was the food and everything was taken care of. It was just getting our people in. So that'll be in October, but I'll promote it in September as a reason to call people, my vendors. Hey, how you doing? Come on out. I want you to, remember we did in June. Let's do it again in October. And when they left in June, about in June, when they left in February, they all asked, "Are you going to do this again?" They really liked it. And we've got a great facility. It's really nice. Plenty of parking, all that good stuff. So I'll be promoting that in September to come out in October. Video will be the same topic as above in September. Beware the unlicensed handyman. Just as a little teaching point here, your handyman are supposed to be licensed. There's a Virginia handyman license. What that means is they can't do anything over $1,000. That's a handyman. If someone comes in and says they're a handyman and they're going to bid something like 2,500 bucks, but they got a handyman license, technically they're not supposed to be doing the job. Now you need a class
Mhm.
C
Yeah.
contractor. And I believe their cap is like 3 or 4 or $5,000. When I was talking to my handyman, I'm like, $1,000? When was this thing written? And I think that's a 20-year-old number. So I'm honestly going to call VRE and say, what are y'all doing? You can't they can't hammer a nail in a brick for $1,000. I mean, that's just crazy price. I think it should be at least $3,000 or so.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'll be talking about the unlicensed handyman. A lot of people saying they're licensed and they're not.
Right.
Okay.
Which brings
Uh,
up an issue with home inspection items.
mhm.
And who do you have using that or to do that work? And
Right.
are they actually licensed to do the work?
Yeah. Which just
And
reminds me to get back to one. We had a vendor that we had used, and at one time, not we, someone in the building, and at some time we had he had done some work for us and shown us a license, and now he did some work. It didn't work. The new buyer said, "I want this fixed." The new buyer looked him up. His license has not been active as an HVAC person for 5 years. And now he wants money. Um,
the
yeah.
breach of contract.
Huh?
It's a breach of contract
Yeah,
action.
it is. And so, I mean, it shocked us that the guy would put himself out as electrical, plumbing, and HVAC. And and honestly, in Virginia, and you'll be seeing an email come out, we're supposed to have a copy of the license of all the vendors that we recommend, just in a folder. So I'll be putting that out to everybody probably today. So by the way, here's the code. We're supposed to have it. Call all your people and say, for compliance purposes, I need a copy of your license. All right. So beware the unlicensed
Yeah.
handyman, people putting flyers in your house. There's a reason it's a cheap price. I have a friend of mine, she's constantly promoting her person, and he does good work, but he's not licensed and he's not insured. I can't put that out to my whole peeps. She uses them on her properties, but I'm like, I can't use them. Anyway, but the promo will be the vendor business. Then in October, I've got my annual valuation. What I do there, I don't know if y'all have seen this before or not. Let me log in here real quick and show you what I do. This one's it's pretty laborious, but everyone loves getting it. And I have a cover letter and then this piece. All right, so watch what I'm doing here. I'm at the front login here at Bright. I'm down here in association and I click Remind Docs Plus Access. And then this pops open. You click search. And then let's just take one of these that I've recently done. And then it pops up like this. I just click print and I want the one pager. It gives me the public record, the valuation, and some estimates from these organizations. I click print. It pops it up here as a download. It's boom, there it is. And this is what I send out in October. I circle their name. I circle the values so they can see it. And right here in this white part, I just write a note. Say, hey, hope you can use this in 2027 for your, because this is now a recent valuation in October. It's got their taxes down here from 2025, doesn't have 2026. But this guy right here is getting, his valuation is 638, shows what his loan balance is. And people go, well, that's not my loan balance. It's like, this is just public records. So you need to go to them and talk about it. But I'll write a note right here and say, hope you can use this for your planning in 2027. And then in the front of that, I'll have my newsletter with a mention of, hey, your 2026 home valuation is attached on the next page. Okay. And I just print these out and I send that with my cap item. And I'm going to show you my cap item. This is what I do for my cap item. When we talk about a cover letter, I've now just gone to 2 pages of a newsletter, maybe 1 page. And then out of that newsletter, whatever I'm talking about, I'll put that information in ChatGPT or Google or Gemini notebook, and it will create a infographic for me. I put the infographic on a 3rd page, and then whatever we're promoting, I'll make another flyer this was in ChatGPT, the back to school, and I'll send this. So this is printed on the back of this, and these 2 are printed together. Here's what I'm going to start doing. When I get this done, I'm going to email it to the whole office. If y'all want to use it, open it, edit it yourself, and go with it. But I was using this and then using the cap item that we get, which talks about, hey, here's October. I like those because they're graphically pleasing. They're already done, and in a pinch, I'll use them. Sometimes it's like, all right, if it's like what to do in June. I kind of know what to do in June on those handouts, but there's some that they put in there every once in a while that are really good, and I'll use that one instead. So December, I'll probably use the office cap item, but I do this one. I like doing an infographic with whatever I'm talking about. This one was about what about mom? This was my whole email that I did the email, I did the newsletter. And what happened is my stepmother passed away about 3 years ago. My dad wanted to stay on the mountain, and we knew it wasn't good, but he needed to make the decision himself. He was 89. And the first week I was home, he got dizzy and couldn't get up off the floor. Realized I got to move. So this is a real quick rundown of what we had to do to sell his house to pay for the care in assisted living. That's what this newsletter is about. So I'm going to send these things out. Y'all can edit them. You can take stuff out that references me, but you can use them as a stopping point. Like say, oh, there's a QR code here. Let me get my QR code. And you can use this information and it's already done. So I hope that helps. I used to do this in another company I was at, and about 10 or 11 agents would grab whatever I would create and go edit it for themselves. And that way you've got a newsletter, it's written locally. I will tell you this, I produce this on Anthony time. Okay. So it may not be exactly when y'all want it, but it's when I need it. And I take the time to get it printed front and back, use the folding machine, stuff them myself, and get them out there. So, and I do use the, like this one, my envelope that I had, this information is from this website here. And this website I created into a QR code and put it on the front of the envelope. And so it said QR code, what about mom? Assisted living stats. And it went to this page right here. And that page is what I used to create this infographic. So that's my marketing that I do on that piece. Where'd my marketing sheet go? That's where I do my own cap item, and in a pinch, I'll just use the office cap item. The August is already, or the September is already out. So if y'all have seen that, that came out, and you can start using that. October, I'll do the third quarter year update. And I have birthday. I bought a box of birthday cards from Amazon. It was like 100 cards for like $39. And they're pretty nice. There's nothing extravagant about it, but they serve a purpose of making sure I get that note card out to my crowd. And I've been gathering their birthdays this year through Facebook. Y'all know how to do that, right?
Mhm.
Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, got it. And so then I send them the birthday card, and that's one there. What was that second one? Oh, great. Okay. Um, and then still keep my notes, calls, pop bys. I want to talk about the calls real quick. I was talking to my wife about this. I'm like, you know what I realized as I'm calling more this year? And I'm not looking for anything, okay? I'm not looking for anything from you guys. I'm just making a point that so that you are encouraged, I hope, to call your database. My database, I can count on one hand in 30 years how many have called me to go get a cup of coffee. One hand, 30 years. Anthony Galassi, Rick Yule,
Mhm.
Rich Hugel. Now, Rich and Rick are lenders, so of course they're going to call. Okay. Um, and Randy. That's it. Four guys have called me to go get a cup of coffee. How you doing? What's going on? So now it's not woe is me and victimhood. The reality I got out of that was no one's calling anybody. And so when we're calling people, and when those guys called me, I was like, yeah, let's do that. Let's have a cup of coffee. I felt they called me. And that was nice that they called me. Yeah, I'll get together with you. And so I know my crew, and what's the biggest thing we keep hearing about? That aloneness and isolation is at an epidemic level right now. So we as realtors, as it's part of our business, but what do you get together for? Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Ford, how's the family? How's your work, occupation? What's your recreation that you're doing? And what are your dreams for the next year or goals or whatever? Ford. It's really simple to talk. That's 30 minutes right there. And then you're done. And then you got a reason to write them a note. But that's a real simple one. I try to do, one coffee a week. This week I've had like two or three. But that's the face to face that I do. But that's simple. And even if you don't get a coffee out of it, people are just amazed that you call. And a lot of times, I know the calls are crazy. Mostly, honestly, these are texts. And I think in today's age, we're at a point where unless you really know them and know they're available, it's probably the text that's going to get them active to start with. But make a note of that for next year and for this next quarter. November, I'm thinking on doing the pie pot buy. Does anybody do the pie pot buy or the reverse pot buy? Who does that? Somebody was saying something. Okay, is everyone doing something else here besides Scott
You
and
you
No, I
mean
thought
you mean
Vernon
in
did it
November?
though. Yeah.
Okay. What's that?
You mean in November for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, November. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
I do
Vernon.
deliver 110 pies
Wow.
personally. Yeah,
Okay.
I get at least 4 or 5 referral out of it right away.
Wow.
I do. Yeah.
I've been doing
I
it
do mine
now
pop
since the
by. My
beginning.
people are so
So
spread out
You do
for
pop by or do
reverse.
reverse pop by, Vern? You're breaking up there. So, okay. But yeah. And Messina, you deliver them all, right? You actually go door to
I
door
deliver pie and wine. I deliver them in
and
a
wine.
span of 3 days.
Now, do you do a dessert wine or just a wine?
No wine, like
Just, yeah.
wine. Like when Costco has this expensive wine on sale, I'll buy and then put them in my house.
Okay.
So usually $36 wine, I will buy them for $12.99 or
Hmm.
$13.99
Yeah.
plus pie I deliver.
So you're doing some major investment there at
Yes,
$12
that
and on that and $9 on the
it's
other, and you do
about
100.
$25 at least 25 $30 per client.
Wow. So two, three
Yeah.
thousand dollars.
Yes,
Yeah, but you're
it's
finding it's
worth it.
worth it. Yeah. Okay.
That and the blueberry is my major two.
That's your event.
Yeah, major two event.
Yeah. That's great. Okay. This what I'm showing you here, y'all, it's just the outline. I print this out and it just hangs around my desk for the year. That's all I do here. Um, and I only do it usually about 3 or 4 months in advance. But I wanted to get the rest of the year here. And then December, it's the holidays. Where do you want to be next Christmas? That's what I'm going to write. Around Christmas time, you got people coming in. You start realizing, hey, where we're going to be next year, and here's how you plan that out. So that is just my schedule. And then I wanted to show this is the one for October. When I talk about the mailing, I use Command. This is when you come to Command, you click the megaphone here, and then you click emails. And these are my emails. I want you to see this right at the top here. 3,000. I have mailed out 1,449 emails this month, and this keeps a track each month. 99% of them were good emails. 45% got opened. That is astounding. Usually I linger around 32%, 25 to 30%. So when you ask, is email worth to email out? Yeah, it is. I mean, that's huge. This one was I have an email here to show what it looks like when it comes here. This one was the email I sent out last month. And the headline was why $800,000 Northern Virginia homes are either getting bidding wars or sitting flat. That was my email. I did use that. I put my information into chat and said, give me some subject lines that will cause it to open. So I do
Mhm.
use AI for that. This right here, this graphic, if y'all remember, this was one of the graphics, the slide decks from one I did about what's going on with the market. And this one was really good. And it was talking about the job losses, the economic shock waves hitting the capital region. This is bad news. And honestly, this is what makes people open up the email. I am looking for clicks here, just so you know. You click this one, and it's linked to go to one of my videos. This one is the how to move your home from Zillow right now. So they click this, it goes to a video. They click this one, it goes to I have a Substack, which is a journalism type of, not journalism, it's just a writing. But I write about it, and this is the slide deck that I did this one I did this last Tuesday, I believe. These are the slide decks, and I write a little about each slide deck. Okay. And guys, this is what I write. It's just this little piece right here, little piece right there, a little piece right there. Now, this I can't really give you because it's going to be published and AI will pick up that it's being duplicated and triplicated if I give you this copy. But this is my Substack, and that's where that's going. Here's the reality of the pool. Yeah, same link there. And then this one, I did this a graphic last time I did an email, but I ran it a second time. It's okay. Okay. Um, and so this one is oops, I don't know what that one's connected to. This is just about baby boomers and millennials leading the home buyer way. Are you looking to retire or sell your elder parents' house? That's what that one is about. That's the email. So you look at my campaign on here's the email. What did I do? That's the email, and that's what I use there. Okay. Is I use command to do that so that I get it together here. It comes in here. That's how that looks. All right. And then you've seen my YouTube channel, so you know where that goes. And then the birthday cards, I just got that from Amazon, like 100 and some cards. It's a good price. I thought for the price I was paying, if they were crappy, it was worth the shoot, worth the get it. But they're really nice cards, and so it's just another card that I'm sending out to people. So it's one of the 3 or 4 cards I'll send out every year. Okay. All right. So that's my marketing. What do y'all have? And I sent out the marketing sheet in the email this morning. And if you'd like to open that up and if you want to work together on that, put together what it's editable. When you tap that column, you can start typing in there. And you don't have to even flesh it out what I have. You can just say, you know what? Cap item, cap item, cap item on each bar and say, okay, I'm going to do an email and say, all right, I'm going to send out note cards, note cards. Just do that. But then I think, like Vern said, is there something that's going to be unique on one of these? And like Messina, she's got on there, all right, November is my pop by for my pies. I'm going to put it in there. And it's just an umbrella over your marketing to see what you're going to do and hopefully hold you accountable to get it done. So I got some paper in here, I got email in here, I got video in here. And that's the marketing plan. Any comments, inputs, things y'all are doing that I don't have on this list?
You mentioned this, Anthony, but I think it's an underutilized tool that people think it takes forever to create. And that's a newsletter.
Yeah.
And doing it, creating it in Canva and Chat GPT or Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have a template
Yeah.
and you've talked to AI and said, okay, if I'm doing a newsletter and here is the target audience, and you define that. What are the content pieces of a newsletter? How long should it be, etc. So
Mm-hmm.
you've created a template and you're doing it, let's say, once a month.
Yeah.
And because it's a template, you are dropping in new information in the section that's a summary of
Mm-hmm.
real estate data. Here's a homeowner did you know piece. Here's something about our overall area. You can email it and you can put it on your website. It's an evergreen thing, not in terms of content, but it is evergreen that people look at it
Mm-hmm.
and say, wow, this is somebody who does something consistently and has good information month after month after month.
Yeah.
And with AI now, it is in Canva, it
Right.
is so easy to create a wicked good
Mm-hmm.
um, newsletter. And when I say wicked good, I'm talking about from a marketing impact standpoint. It just happens to have real estate information on it. It's all about how does it get received.
Right. I mean, this one is the how to remove your pictures from Zillow. It was just one page. So it doesn't have to be 2 pages. I just try to, I used to do a newsletter with the 3 columns and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. It looks great. You can put a lot of pieces of information in it. And now I've just gotten down to what's my one topic, and just write them a little letter. And then this is the one piece. And then on the backside, I was you leaving it blank. And I'm like, well, dang it, I could do this. Like, probably, you know what? On Zillow.com, save. All right, I'm going to do this, copy. All right, let's play around with this for a second. All right, y'all can see my screen, right?
Mhm.
All right, let's go here. Show you how easy this is. Notebook, create new. Um, Great. Then I just say create a vertical infographic I'm sending out to my clients in Northern Virginia to remove their pictures online from Zillow.com and Realtor.com. My contact information is Anthony Carr, broker, Realtor, 703-819-9800. KW United, 3130. Leave a spot for my profile picture and a spot for a QR code to my video. All right. Let's see what it gives us. So it'll take a little bit of time to do this. But all I did was took what I already wrote in my newsletter and I want an infographic to put on the back page. So it's a step-by-step kind of a thing. But I wanted to show you what it takes to make this happen. And so it's going to create this for me. And it'll show up over here on the right side to start doing that. Um, but anyway, any other kind of marketing? There we go. All right. Would you like me to import your step by as a text source now? Yes. Oops. Did I tell it to? Yeah, insert it as a text. So it's going to build that for me now. It's going to show up over here under info. There it is, generating infographic. So what other kind of marketing are you guys doing? Anybody doing like a smaller kind of stuff, cheese and wine, wine and cheese? How many had some coffees the last month or one-on-one meetings with people? Anybody? And how'd
I
those
have.
Yeah,
go?
I had one coffee and 3 lunches this week.
3 lunches. Wow. Now this brings up a good thing. I have to lay off the coffee at some point during the day. Okay. And when
Mhm.
it comes to lunch, if I just do sandwiches, that's a lot of bread. So Vern, do you like, okay, I need to go somewhere where there's protein and salad, and do you like do that kind of thing? Because eating out, you know
Now,
that food's not the best.
I just eat whatever. It's probably not best for my health, but yesterday was the first time I did a coffee and a lunch back to back. And needless to say, I didn't need to eat for the rest of the day.
Wow. Yeah.
I reinstituted my curbside coffee idea. And I've only done two only because the whole premise is we sit on the curb and talk about
Okay.
whatever. I bring the coffee.
Oh,
Um,
nice. Well,
yeah,
that's a
I
good
bring the coffee.
idea.
Yeah. And it's really in the communities that I farm.
Yeah.
Um, but I've set it up for September and October when it's a little cooler and you can, it's actually pleasant to sit
Comfortable.
outside in the morning. Yeah. Either at the curb or we go sit on somebody's deck or patio.
Hmm.
Um, but
Now, is this open or you meet one person for
it's
curbside?
one person.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, I'll call folks up and
Yeah.
occasionally it'll get, if you have a particular spot on the street where, you know, three or four people all get together a lot and they know me. Sometimes we'll have, two people, or on one occasion there's been three households there. Um,
Hmm.
but I like, from a marketing standpoint, to use alliteration as much as possible because it's pleasing,
Hmm.
uh, whether visually or in particular verbally. So curbside coffee is alliteration. Um, and that always seems to be a good, because people like to talk. People like to have coffee.
Yeah.
You don't have to, and I've said, instead of leaving the house, let me bring the coffee to you.
Yeah. That's good. I know this one lender, what he does is he'll say, "Hey, come by for coffee 9:30 to 11 or 8:30 to 10. Hey, I'd love to meet you for coffee 8:30 to 10 at this coffee shop." And it'll be more than one person.
Yeah.
I say, "Hey, just come on by. I got some I'm inviting all my business compadres to come out. Coffee's on me." And he's like, when I met him, I was the only one there, and then someone else was coming in when I was leaving, and he introduced me. We exchanged cards. So I thought, well, that's pretty interesting. Just invite a bunch of people out. That way, if you have three or four, because what are you trying to do? You're trying to get face to face. All right, here's our infographic. Let's see how it did. Okay. Oops. It's not letting me get any bigger. Oh, here we go. Okay. So privacy after the sale, how to remove your home photos after a home sale. So what I would need to do now is to check and see if this actually are the appropriate steps. Because I've got the steps. Create a site profile, search for your home, and verify ownership, claim the dwelling. Two, one, two, and three. Four, edit, click edit home. Five, he's got the two different sites here. Platform instruction, use remove pictures on realtor.com or hide delete on Zillow. Oh, that's good. Save changes.
Now the other
Then
thing
the
that you,
yeah, and just real quick, and then
yeah.
automated bright MLS removal. Anthony Service automatically directs bright MLS remove all professional interior photos post sale. This is pretty good.
The other thing that can be done, and Anthony, the infographic that I shared that showed the change in percentage of uh, contracts with 14 days or less and 30 days or more on market, that
Hmm.
had little house icons and
Yeah.
all. So that was initially created in um, chat. I think it was chat, not Gemini.
Yeah.
But I didn't like some of the elements. So what I did, but the idea was great, the design idea. So I took that and basically created that in Canva. Um,
Right
so
there.
for the one that you just did, you could say, okay, I don't like those four images, but
Yeah.
I like that how they're organized. I'm going to just easily recreate this in Canva. And now everything is editable. I
Hmm.
can drop in different photos. So I've found also it's um, it can be a really good um, design
Hmm.
idea that maybe, okay, I want to change a couple things. Um, and I just copy the parts of it that I like and drop it into the same size, whatever it is, social media or
Hmm.
flyer template, and then create. So obviously that takes a little more time, but in some cases, the end result is worth it because now you have a fully customizable
Yeah.
thing, particularly if it's something that you might like to do in the future. Use the same kind of template with the same topic or a similar topic. So
I mean, guys, this one right. What I like about this, and this is all Scott right here. I R&D'd it, rip off and duplicate it. But
you're
look,
not the only one, Anthony.
when
So
you see this, you know immediately what's happening. Oh, that's going down. This is going up. And that's the whole thing about these infographics. They tell the story just by sight, and you don't have to read the chart and read well, what's this bar mean? What's this line mean? That's a little bit more difficult. This immediately tells you look at the impressions I've gotten, 252. Now, whether they looked at it or not, I don't know, but it was in 252 people's feed. That's how LinkedIn works. But what I like about this is honestly, I should have taken this I had 2 or 3 listing appointments this week or last week and this week. I should have taken that. That explains everything. You want me to sell it today in August and September like it was in July. What is this saying? Under contract houses less than 2 weeks. 62% of the houses in July went under contract in less than 2 weeks. Now it's less than half. That's what that story tells you. Right? Am I reading that right?
you're reading it right.
And then under contract houses 30 plus days on the market, they're rising. It tells the story to my seller without me having to, you know, that's the power of these infographics.
This infographic, that design with the house icons and the shadows behind, that came out of AI. I changed a few things, but I said I would not have thought about that. And none of the Canva, either templates or when I plugged into Canva AI, they didn't come up with
So you're
this.
saying Canva AI will do this kind of thing?
Yeah, yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it's not fully. The problem is the Canva AI comes out as an image,
Mm,
not as something that's been created where you can manipulate
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
So it's if for that purpose, I think Gemini and Chat GPT are better
yeah.
because that's what they're designed to do. Whereas Canva AI is, I'm a design program or application, and I've bolted on some junior league AI widget onto it.
Hmm.
So, uh, but I think that's a good example of how you can use AI with Canva to get
Hmm.
something more customizable that may be an idea you never would have thought of that presents your concept better than you ever could have thought about. And then you use Canva to, you know, tinker with it a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's two ways to use AI to get things that we can't create on our own.
Yeah, I
We're not.
would say this, Scott and I, we're loving this, and when the summer's over, we're getting back to our AI mastermind.
Yep.
And this, what we're doing right now is what we're doing these masterminds, just coming together. And something that we both need to work on is we create these things here and we say who the source is, but look, it doesn't have my information on it. So I had a fellow agent from a different company grab one of mine and she said, "Hey, I grabbed this thing. I hope it was okay." I said, "Sure." She's gotten 2,700 views off of this one graphic that I put out. So I do need to start putting in here. I don't know what I would say. It's not created by me, it's AI, but I could say
Well,
concept by maybe something like that. But have Anthony Carr Associates or KW United Anthony Carr, something like that on there so that when people are
mhm.
R&D in this, that's there. But guys, look, right click, save image. Goes over here, I save it, it's done. Um, yeah. And that's how you do that. Anytime you see any of my stuff, that I've posted. I got all yeah, this one right here. You like that? Great. Right click it, save image, repost it. I don't care because this isn't going like nationwide. We know that. But then down here, what do I got? I got KW United, Falls Church, Kingstown, Virginia. You're covered. Now, these graphics like this, they're only good for the 1 month.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, anything that's evergreen,
yeah.
um, then you definitely want to have it either watermarked
Yeah.
subtly
Yeah.
or uh, that somebody's not, because people, I don't mind if people in the brokerage do it.
Yeah.
That's, in part why I share,
Yeah.
but uh, something that's evergreen that you're going to use for a long time,
Yeah.
you kind of want it. Hey, I didn't, I didn't create it, or I didn't get this from somebody else. You're the person that had the thought to create this.
Yeah.
And Anthony, even though AI is creating this, now, unless it's just simply you're dropping data that like NVR creates and say create a um, uh, a infographic.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, you have to guide AI, and to get that
Yeah.
infographic, the prompt is going to dictate the quality and structure of the infographic.
Right.
So, I mean, it's still a copyrightable item.
Yeah.
I
And
from
here's
that.
here's really quick and dirty. You
Mhm.
share this right here, this whole page if you want. Okay. And this is easy. Right up here, if you're using Chrome, create this. And now I got a QR code to put in my newsletter, put on my website or something. But let's say you only want them to come, instead of this whole thing here, you only want them to come to this graphic. Right click it and open image in new tab. This is where this is where this image is hosted right here. So you could do the same thing and they come to this tab. I saved that. All right, it's downloaded. Now they're just coming to this tab of this graphic instead of this whole page. Okay. But you take this right here, copy. Let's do another. That's July, right?
Yes.
Create a notebook, add a resource, website, link it in, insert it. It's now going to that page and reading it and everything and coming up with it. There you go, Northern Virginia 2026. And this is what you want it to say, Northern Virginia Housing Market Analysis and Statistics. This headline, that's what gets picked up by AI. All this stuff right here gets picked up by AI. Great. I want a slide deck. I want a default, which is about 7 or 8 slides. This deck will be used to post on my LinkedIn and insert in my probably not Substack, LinkedIn and business Facebook pages
Yeah.
geared toward the consumers in Northern Virginia. My contact info. I'm going to just say insert my contact information from previous notebooks. Office is KW United, Falls Church, Kingstown, Virginia. Oops. And let's see what it does with that page there. Guys, I tell you guys, I love doing this. I know Scott does this. What we'd really like to teach everyone to do is, like, in your marketing, go fish. Create this stuff, play around with it. Yoster's really good at this. She's the queen of, like, all the social media stuff, the Instagram and all that. Which, by the way, go to my Instagram. I've started a new campaign. That's all I'm going to say.
I couldn't understand
Oh,
your
he tried it?
What was that?
I couldn't understand your last post about the place.
Where am I?
What did you mean? Like, did they
I want people
destroy
to look at it and go
something?
like, "Oh, you're in Falls Church at Game Lord Drive, and it used to be such and such." So
Yeah.
maybe it's not clear enough.
Yeah,
But
I
what it is
didn't.
I'm going to be going around Northern Virginia, and when I see something that's been torn down and something's coming up, I'm going to take a picture of it and say, "Where am I?" Maybe you used to do your cleaning here. Maybe you did
Or
this. Maybe
there
you
was a
did
bowling
that.
alley here at one point or something
Yes,
like that.
exactly. There was a bowling alley here. Where
Yeah.
am I? And so I
Okay.
think it'll get interaction for locals.
So I
Or,
think you should just put like game or guess what or guess
oh,
where.
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, guess where? Maybe that's
Uh-huh.
more
Uh-huh.
direct.
Or
Yeah.
what did I used to be?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I'll show you what I did, y'all. Sorry, this is kind of more flow of consciousness here. I don't know why it's not letting me in.
So one of the things that, you were just talking about the having a QR code or a link that goes to the NVAR web page or just the graphic on that web
Mm-hmm.
page. One of the important elements of having the website, and you saw at Mega Camp, they had somebody on Tuesday when we had our team meeting scheduled that was talking about the utility and importance of a website in terms of AI visibility. Is that if you have a say on your website, then any post you're doing, you're having a summary of what the post is, and then you have a link that goes to the blog post on the website, which drives traffic to your website, which you can put like structured data markup on it to make it so AI can find it versus sending somebody to like the source website,
Mm-hmm.
like NVAR. We always want people coming to our website because that's the place where we can control the ability to what we say, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the platform that is easiest to uh, structure so that AI can see it.
Mm-hmm. And guys, I'm about be specific on your handle. Like mine's Anthony Carr Realtor and Broker 911. Okay. So those are my two handles here.
Mhm.
I'm in Anthony Carr TV. Unfortunately, I should have had Broker 911 or Anthony Carr TV completely or something like that. But they all have the kind of thing that I'm going for. But
Mhm.
so like this one, this is my first video. I want this one to be a campaign on Instagram, and I'm going to continually do this for a. But what'd you say, Yoser? Instead of where am I? What was it? Guess.
Uh,
What
you
was it?
see, nothing says that the person needs to guess where is this.
Yeah.
Yeah, before this new build, you may have had Vietnamese. Where
Where
am
am
I?
I?
That's
Hmm.
my only thing there
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
text.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the where am I? Like you can do game, guess where or something.
Yeah,
Like,
I was almost like, where's Waldo? That's kind of what I was talking about. Maybe.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Where's Anthony? Rebuilding North. But I'm going to start doing this and just see how it takes. Let's see how the. I mean, I
Is that
toasted this
off
about an
of
hour ago.
Route 50?
Yep.
Because I recognize that damn tower there because I just drove by it the other day.
Right.
I didn't know that there was a VHC building going in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this whole shopping center has been wiped out.
Okay.
And the tower is what I thought would get people to know. Oh, I know where that is. That's Highway 50 Falls Church.
Yep. I just was actually I drove by it most recently on Tuesday
Yeah.
after coming from the office and where I had to go. I took 50 eastbound and I recognize that.
Yeah, but I think you got a good point, Yoser.
Hmm.
It's only been up an hour. Let's see what happens. But the idea is that people will get into the trying to guess where it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you to do something that you may have already done, but I'm guessing not.
Yeah.
Whether it's Gemini or ChatGPT,
Yeah.
you plug in all of this information, and what would be the best, uh, or what would be the top three titles
Oh, yeah.
for the image to achieve XYZ,
Yeah.
and see what it comes up with.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
I mean, frankly, you and I've talked about this, but everybody on every single thing that we do that
Mhm.
is narrative or visual, um, as it relates to outward facing stuff, we are remiss if we are not running that through AI to say, hey, here's my intent, here's a draft, or here's my intent. I want to create something to
Mhm.
do thus and so. Give me ideas.
Yeah.
If we're not using AI to do that, we are missing an easy step to get the best copy editor, the best design consultant, and the best business marketing person working on our behalf.
Yeah. Which that's what I did for this headline. I don't know if that's why I'm getting 45% open rate, but I said, this is what I have. This is what's happened. What's the best headline to get opens? And I've never gotten 45%. And this is out to like 700 or 800 people.
That's okay. That's anecdotal. However, that's pretty good anecdotal saying,
Yeah.
okay, I've got reason to think that that approach makes it more likely
Yeah.
that I get traction of the type that I want in whatever um, item I'm trying to do, or
Mhm.
whatever I'm trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
I would love to see what Gemini or AI, whichever one you're using, comes up with for a concept title for your, which I think is a brilliant idea.
Mhm.
Going around and places that have been X forever.
Yeah. Well, I think, and we'll wrap up with that. I think it would definitely build more community because the only people that would respond or can respond are the people who are here. So it may do better on Facebook than my Instagram because Facebook, I got 1,500 people and most of them are in Northern Virginia. Anyway, y'all I thought this would generate by now. I'll send this out in an email on the Northern Virginia housing market analysis. You know what? That's what this says. It's not Northern Virginia. This is comparing to the national level is what I thought it was doing.
You're
Yeah.
going to do YouTube
Yeah.
shorts on this, aren't you, Anthony?
Uh,
You're going to do YouTube shorts on this as well, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The thing about this is not evergreen. And I'll do these
Oh
about
no, I
every
don't mean this.
quarter.
I mean
Yeah.
the what did this used to be?
Oh, yeah. That'd be a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
Yeah. I just saw it and I thought of the idea and I pulled over and I took a picture. But the shorts would do even better, wouldn't it? Yeah.
well, and again, it's what they were. The person that was on Tuesday was talking about how to be visible in AI, and each of the platforms look for different things. And one of the things she said about Gemini was Google Business Page or Business Profile
Yeah.
and YouTube.
Cool. All right, I'm going to put this in the last piece I'm going to do here. Put this in the chat. This is my Substack. I would love you guys to go there and subscribe. It's free. And I'm just doing a bunch of stuff here. This is like what I did this morning. I actually sent myself a postcard last week, what that was about. I posted the 2026 paint colors. I got these from a builder and a stager at a $2.8 million house. I said, hey, what are the colors for sale? He said, gray is out. It's a tear down. What's that mean?
Anthony, when you do your longer form things
Yeah,
on Substack,
yeah.
your longer form posts, I don't know if that's the right term or not, but have you done asked AI? Because I'm not familiar with Substack about, is there any way to structure a Substack post to enhance AI's ability to find it?
Possibly.
And I don't know the answer to that, but that's again another
Yeah,
thing where we ask and
yeah.
find out.
I'm I'm
There
really
may
new
be.
with this, and this is a article, which is the long form, and these are posts. They're like just
Yeah.
notes, there's like, and I'm doing a lot more of these. I'll do like two, one or two or three a day. But then the idea is that you're getting followers that want to come by and read the longer form. Again, the problem with this type of a thing right here is that this is definitely dated. Later this year, this won't be any good.
Well, yes, the topic, the information will be dated. What is not
Yeah.
dated is if we're doing things like this on a blog or LinkedIn or even Substack.
Hmm.
All of these things are building trust and authority signals that
Right.
AI can find. And so that's where it has an evergreen and compounding effect from what
Mhm.
everything that I've read and why I'm posting so much is, and again, that's why the folks who are getting a lot of traction on
Yeah.
AI now, they were doing certain things 12 and 18 and 24 months ago
Hmm.
to build that authority and credibility signal.
For sure.
And any one of us can do that starting now.
Yep. All right.
Cool.
Thanks for coming out, people. Have a great weekend. Monday is back to school day for Fairfax, Prince William counties. So watch out. You'll see a lot of yellow buses out there. And have a great weekend. Take care.
Bye,
Thanks,
Anthony.
Anthony.
Bye.